Everybody take their phones out. Everybody take their phones out. The first question I have for you is this here. Can you call yourself? Google. Call Clarence. Cell.
Please enter your password, then press pound.
It told me to enter my password and then press pound.
Please enter your password, then press pound.
So I guess the answer to that question is no, you can't call yourself. You can't call yourself. But you know who can? Jesus. This here is the revelation. Jesus had to be careful only to call Lazarus by name. Amen. That's why when I call your number, right, I only get you, right? I don't get your sister, your mother, your auntie. I get you. Amen. So Jesus had to be careful to only call Lazarus by name. Amen. In fact, when he called us from darkness into light, guess what? He called you by name, right? Check it out. Why was this important? Because all the tombs would have given up their dead to resurrection life. Woo! Now, when he had said these things, he cried with a loud voice, Lazarus! He didn't say, y'all come on out. No, he was only interested at that point in regards to Lazarus. He was only interested in calling out Lazarus. Now, when he had said these things, he cried with a loud voice, Lazarus, come forth. And he who had died came out, how? Bound, hand and foot with grave clothes, and his face was wrapped with a cloth. Jesus said to them, loose him and let him go. Why was that important? Loose him and let him go. When they wrapped you up back then, they put you in a cloth that was obviously much larger than you. He was bound up hand and foot, wrapped up around the head. Guess how I imagine, this is my imagination because nobody went in to get him. If he's bound up, my imagination, he's coming out like this. Clarence, come forth. And what did he say? Loose him and let him go. He says, most assuredly I say to you, this is John 5:25, right? Most assuredly I say to you, the hour is coming and now is when the dead will hear the voice of the Son of God, and those who hear will live. I'm like, okay, there's one thing to be dead. There's two different types of dead. There's a spiritual dead. There's a physical dead, body in the grave, dead. Which one was Lazarus? Lazarus was physically dead, body in the tomb. Okay? Here, talking about spiritually dead. He called us out. When we were spiritually dead, he called us out. Anybody come of their own accord because you called yourself? No, he called you. Many times we would say things like, I found the Lord. Was he lost or were you lost? Amen. I don't think he was ever lost. He was always standing on the post. You found him, right? You heard his voice calling unto you to somebody else, because Jesus is calling. Jesus is calling. We have a choice today to answer that call. Because if we don't do it today, we're going to find ourselves like Lazarus in the tomb. But the thing about Lazarus, he received the resurrection unto life, right? He was one that Jesus loved. He heard that voice. So when the voice of Jesus is calling you, how are you going to respond? You know, how are you going to respond? Are you going to respond to resurrection of life or that of condemnation? I want resurrection of life. I want to accept him on this side, and I want that due reward on the other side when he calls my name, when he comes back the second time, because he's coming back. He's coming back for people, his people. We are the bride, the church, the bride of Christ. Amen. Amen.